Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball. I'm a respawn of ancestors and I'm blessed, They gon' knock him, tell him fess up. I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless. Yeah, I got next up, right? No, we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride. You do better keeping it quiet. My pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened. I like who I am, but I'm biased. Their palette is right, and my drip is a fountain. I'm not like these regular guys. All of that talk is misguided. She like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim. I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch. The label cut the check like the bladesman. Something sparking where his brain is. The beat is somewhere where their prayers in. Geronimo, the way I make the bass jump when no parachute is tasted.
What's going on? What's going on? Another episode of Throwing Hands. How you doing, Josh?
I'm doing pretty good. Won't lie, pretty tired. But how about yourself?
Oh man, I'm good. Tired. I'm always tired.
Yeah. There ain't no rest for the wicked.
No, can't find none. I'm looking for hours for rest. They don't give us no hours for rest.
I know, especially like after these events that we work. It's like, bro, we don't even go sleep till like 4, and then you still wake up at 7.
Yeah, no, you bionic fan and shit. I'd be trying to get a little bit of sleep. Fuck that.
Dude, I didn't fall asleep until almost 2 a.m. last night just because of all the MMA stuff, and I'm like, God damn, I need to sleep. Then I woke up at 6 this morning, and I'm like, I'm dead. I already had 2 monsters.
2 monsters? That don't look like a monster right there.
No, this one's the F3 Fuel Fighter, boy. And hey, I won't lie, it tastes magically delicious.
You throwing out new slogans for him?
Let's say again?
I said you throwing out new slogans for him?
Hey, I love brainstorming ideas. Harrison, hook us up, man. We'll take good care of you.
Right. Did you catch the fights this week?
I did. I didn't catch all the fights, but I did watch Jon Jones versus Cyril Gane.
That was the only fight that mattered.
I did not expect it to go that way.
Look, I knew when they scheduled the fight that Gane was going to get his ass whooped. But I did think it would have went at least 2 rounds. I thought he was going to give him a little bit more trouble.
Mm-hmm. I thought that he was actually going to go kind of toe-to-toe with Cyril Gane just to prove a point. Because, what was it? When he fought Diego Santos, he went all 5 rounds just straight kickboxing just to prove a point that it doesn't matter what discipline you're in, he's still going to dominate. So when he came at Cyril Gane with
what point does he have left to prove?
I think being a heavyweight and whether or not he could take those shots. Because, he's taking the nasty shots from Gustafsson, from probably not DC too much. Vitor had him almost compromised, but otherwise, they're much bigger dudes in the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to go up against his Mark Hunt. He's going to go up against his Derek. I mean, if they even... After Gane is Stipe, right? Or Stripe, or whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, Stipe Miocic. That's going to be the next fight.
In there somehow.
That may actually be Stipe's last fight, too.
He's 40.
Mm-hmm.
He's fought everything.
That age kicking in. He's a firefighter, too. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. But do you think Stipe can beat him?
No. I love Stipe, but...
Do you think
Jon
he'll give
Jones.
him a better... Do you think he's going to give him a better fight than Gane?
No.
No?
I think it's the only reason is, yes, Stipe, like a legendary GOAT for the heavyweight division. I do not discredit his talents whatsoever and what he's done for it. But it's like Jon Jones. I haven't seen... Dominic Reyes has been the only kink in the armor that I have seen. But literally, that is it. And it's hard to see somebody really putting up a fight against Joe now.
I mean, you make a strong point, because after that, man, we already knew he was the king of the lightweight or the light heavyweight division. We always thought he could dominate the heavyweight division, but now we're about to actually see it. He's probably going to go down as the greatest UFC fighter of all time.
Yeah, straight up. He's the 8th fighter ever to become a 2-division champion. 8th fighter ever.
But the divisions that he's a two division champion in, and the way he did it, he didn't go down to the light. He came up to heavy.
Yep. He had to put on an extra 40 plus pounds. I was surprised he came in heavier than Gaines.
I wasn't. His brothers are huge.
Yeah, I know his brothers are huge, but I was like, damn. Like, he put on a lot of muscle and a lot of weight for it.
Like Chandler Jones looked bigger without pads than he does with pads. Yeah, nah. But man, tonight we have a very special guest.
Yes, we most certainly do. And let me tell you something. She goes by Mayhem because she likes to throw hands and go ham. She'll whip out the final flash and go Super Saiyan. She'd be murderous while fighting. I heard her intentions. She'd be sinning, committing to villainous convictions. She's crisp with her shots, making you snap, crackle, and pop, turning you into a rat, make you scurry, fear consuming you in a hurry. She'll score more shots than Stephen Curry. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hear her story. She's the one and only Zurina Mayhem Turrey.
Yo, those bars were cold.
Yeah, you like that?
That was nice, man. That was nice.
Nice.
How you doing?
I had to throw in the Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. I like the Stephen Curry, man. That means a lot.
Yeah, hey, thank you. I appreciate it.
Oh, you Steph Curry fan?
Oh, man, I'm a Suns fan, but he does the job. He does a good job out there, too.
Hey, as long as you know.
Gotta represent.
Yeah. So how you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man. Doing good. Also a little tired for sure. Been busting butt, trying to get back to practice, everything. Just trying not to stop.
Yeah, I see
Yeah,
you work
yeah.
hard. Like, we've been keeping an eye on your stories. Literally, I see you like in the morning, midday, during brunch, afternoon, nights even. It's like, damn, she works hard.
Yeah, man. That's the thing, man. Just gotta keep working hard, and things will happen for you. Patient.
Exactly. Oh, hey, and you already got some of your people shouting you out.
Hey, what's up? That's my brother right there.
Hey.
Yeah. So, take us through a little bit, how you kind of got into this. What was your first love of fighting? How did you get towards getting into the cage?
Well, I first started out, working. I worked with kids a lot, so my whole world really revolves about working with kids. And once I got to district office, I started working in the warehouse, and as soon as I started, I was already getting into MMA, and I was just like, man, like, I think I can knock some people out, and so I got into it because I tried so many different things, they just weren't working. And I always try finding something that I'm just good at and just taking it full force, man.
Yeah, you did take it by full force. Like, so me and Ro, we were over at UFL 1. We got to see your fight. Like, the way, like, Casey and I were talking about it. Like, we thought, like, you guys had, like, fight of the night, because when you went to war with that chick, and I forget her name, but when you went to war with her, oh my God, the crowd was going insane.
Yeah, Veronica Smokova, man, she's definitely a firecracker. It was something I needed, just someone ready to scrap, and those are the kind of fights I love, because honestly, like, all that hard work really pushed aside my love for the sport. So being able to step in the ring with her really brought it back. I had so much fun that night. We were just throwing hands, and I hope we meet again.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. What was that like? It was a little bit different being, or maybe it wasn't, but being in front of a bunch of Hall of Famers.
Yeah.
Being with the lights on the way it was, and being at the first UFL, and the Grand Prix, just all that different stuff just going on for you. Did it change anything? Did it up the ante with the jitters?
No, actually, yeah, I feel very comfortable. Actually, one of the guys I met in California, I seen him taking a nap one time before the bout, so actually I adopted that, and so I try and take a little nap, just to calm my ADHD down, calm everything down, but it was smooth, man. Like, they had curtains, everything was professional. Checking in with commissions was easy. We got to keep the gloves, just getting treated like on that next level is a treat, it's a treat.
Yeah, that was awesome. So what does that mean for you to be a part of, like, I'd say this was a pretty significant step up in like just the whole fight industry. And what's up, Casey? But what does it mean for you now having this opportunity with UFL, having the health insurance, having you got stock shares as well with it, correct?
Yeah, we got a certificate for shares, which was pretty cool. I just got into stocks when Robinhood came out like that. I don't know, maybe 5 years ago actually. So it was interesting, but yeah, I want to see what later on. I think those will develop a little more. As of right now, being in the UFL is just like it's crazy because you don't know what's gonna happen. You got all these legends around you, all these people that are supporting it, and it's gonna be popping. They keep bringing professionals in, and it's just crazy. It's madness.
Yeah. Did you see Chris Angel was there?
I did. Actually heard that he was like flying in, a couple of times. I think during the ceremonial weigh-ins, which was crazy. I didn't think he was gonna show up. I thought he would show up like on the outside or something, outside of the plane or something. Do some Chris Angel stuff. Because I haven't seen that guy in a long time. It's crazy. Like I watched these people on TV, and so like a little about like I knew who Tito Ortiz was. I definitely knew who Rampage was. Frank Mir is definitely a little older school, so I had to go back and watch the videos on him. But even I got to see his first videos on YouTube like a couple days before my fight, so it was inspiring.
Yeah. Frank was an old goat. I remember his battles and his last couple ones with Lesnar and whatnot. What was it like getting that call and them kind of explaining the details? Because I know it's a little bit different than what you've kind of experienced in the past. Because they're kind of doing something, not something a little different. It's just off the charts different with what UFL is doing over here. So, what was that call like to hear? Like, okay, we're gonna try. They're gonna give you this. They're gonna give you that. What was going through your mind when that was going on?
It's a little scary. Not scary, but I don't know. I've always worked off of being an employee, being working for other companies. Health insurance was crazy because no one's ever heard of that. Like I watch all these people fight, and I go back and I watch them for years, and they never had this stuff like that I'm able to achieve, like get from promoters and stuff. They didn't, even with Ruff. I just seen your guys' interview with CJ, and that's crazy the way they came up. So it's exciting to be on a promotion. It's just I don't even. It's weird, but it's scary. It's nice and it's exciting. I just hope that I'm doing everything correctly and putting my best foot forward.
Yeah.
Now,
are you do you already know your next fight?
No.
You don't know when it is?
I know that it's May 13th in Tennessee. But like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I'm definitely not stopping for nobody, no matter who opponent it is.
Yeah, and you're well developed on every aspect. Because I think when I first joined into the picture of the MMA industry and like me and James working together, I think the first fight I saw you at it was either Rough 46 or Rough 47. And then just seeing the trajectory of how your career was going, how you became pro, the way that you debuted against Lorisenko, that was crazy right there. That was such a fun.
I think it was Marvin.
Was it Marvin, your pro debut?
Oh no, that was Lauren Wolf.
Oh, Lauren Wolf. Okay.
Yeah, Lauren Wolf, yeah.
Yeah, that was the second fight I ever saw you live. And then when I saw the UFL fight, I was like, holy shit. So it's seeing like you're so developed on not only on the ground game, jiu-jitsu, and your wrestling, you're able to capitalize on every single mistake, and then you could just trade blows.
Yeah, I'm definitely developing, and that's one thing that makes me laugh is that every time I step in the ring, it's a learning experience. So like I honestly, like sometimes I don't even know what I'm capable of because I haven't seen it. A lot of times I think I match my opponent's energy, and then with the last fight, with Veronica Smolkova, I just really noticed my pensiveness again, just killing me. I see myself thinking in the ring a lot. And so when I'm able to let that go, when it comes with drilling and stuff like that, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the sport too. Is it's it's almost like how some fighters say that the fight itself is the easiest part, but it's the journey to that, and it's the work that you put in, the whole experience of going through the weight cut, and just how it affects you on your day-to-day life, and just having to have the willpower and the discipline to still see it through is just phenomenal.
Yeah, to still be in love with it and like love what you're doing, like Mike Tyson said, just be disciplined enough to love it.
Exactly, exactly.
What has kind of changed for you, with your camp, just overall from going, since you've gone pro?
So actually, I think my 2 pro camps have been the absolute worst out of all my camps I've ever had.
Oh no.
Yeah, they've been just, because of work, family, life happens. It's been a very long 5 years, and I kind of just woke up and was like, wow, it's been 5 years. But
Wow.
definitely the worst 2 camps, I didn't have my coaches, and it wasn't their fault. It's a lot of my communication, a lot of my things that were coming up and just needed to be taken care of.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, that's again like what me and James love about what our kind of role has become is bringing out the human side of the fighters, because a
Yeah.
lot of casual fans, it's to look in and understand the full grasp of how much work fighters have to go through just trying to maintain a job, the 9 to 5, taking care of your family, being able to also get time in the gym to make sure that when you step in the cage, you're prepared. Like me and James, for like, I think like 3-4 months last year, did like a weekly update for me because I went through my own weight cut just so I could understand what you guys go through. And that's why, like, anybody like casual fans to this sport, I always say, like, it's just absolute respect for the fighters, and they're just some of the most humblest, nicest people you ever meet.
And that's probably why, just because, we go through so much that nothing really bothers us if it's not like life or death.
Exactly.
No, it really just it really goes to show, the resilience, the type of stuff that you overcome before you get in the ring, and that's why you're able to put, so much into it. But I want to go back a little bit and talk about the kids, because you said your life evolves a lot around kids. What kind of steered you in that direction, and what kind of motivates you to put so much effort into them?
Probably I would say the fact that like I think like as a child like I was misunderstood a lot, but like don't get me wrong, I think as a kid I was not the easiest child to raise. So I give my mom and my dad a lot of credit. They just I want to install values in them that people should know, things that make them happy, and I want to be able to help them and just kind of create an environment, one that I wish that not only that I would have had, but one that I probably did have, and that steered me in the right direction to become the person that I am.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah,
That's a respectable thing too, because like in today's world, almost it's the kids nowadays especially need like people to look up to almost, and to have like role models in this scenario for like people like you, teaching them the right values and morals and just how to carry themselves, and it does so much for these kids.
yeah, man, just show them that hard work, it's everywhere you look. It's going to the cafeteria, it's going home after school, it's walking in the streets, it's everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and it is totally different nowadays too, dealing with the kids. It's not like when we were growing up. I mean, we were playing outside, we were scuffing our knees and elbows, and
Yeah,
but now there's so much influence and so much peer pressure from so many different ways with, TikToks and Facebooks and Snapchats, and they got so many different angles to get it. So I definitely commend you for being there. There's thousands of kids that don't have a role model.
Hmm.
And you're put in a position where, you're creating your position, but you're put in a position where they look up to you. So
yeah.
I definitely commend you for taking that.
Well, my lifelong goal is actually to become a teacher. So
Mm.
after
Hey.
everything's said and done, like I want to be chilling in the classroom with like 30 kids,
I can already hear the stories from the kids. Like, hey, you better shut up.
Yeah, they
You
already know, man.
Gonna
didn't see
slap
her on
your silly.
YouTube.
No, they're not eating lunch in my classroom. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah. You want to start throwing some trash around? Kyle Ken.
No, for real. But that's what's up.
Yeah,
How long have you wanted to be a teacher? Is that something you've always wanted to do?
It started probably because I started out with the Roosevelt School District. I started out working with like ESS kids, like special needs. So I did that for about 5 years. I was a health aide, parapro, and then more towards the long because through those stages of my life, like I was still trying to go to college. I wanted to be a diesel mechanic. I was doing bartending. I was doing all kinds of things, man. Working at the casino, just for a second job and a lot of laboring. But the thing that stuck with me the most was, working with the kids. It just felt worth it. Like it felt like satisfying, And I love the kids, man. Every day, dude. You literally 5 years can pass by so fast at the school. You like you see those kids in like third grade, and then you're just chilling. They're like, "Oh man, you already graduated? You're out of here? All right, I see you."
That's what blows my mind about like my oldest nephew. I remember he was just like a little 4-year-old kid just having fun with the tennis ball, and now he's over like 6'2", and it's just crazy.
Yeah, he's bigger than you, baby.
He is. He's bigger than me. I feel small.
What's up, Josh? He's like,
he's like, I'm looking down at you now. It's like, okay, let's throw hands.
Yeah, I got cousins now that probably can do some damage, man.
Now, did you train at all? Did you wrestle at all in school or anything?
No, actually, both of my brothers wrestled. So I always laugh when I said I got my first training from my brother, man, because all my brothers and family, because we're just roughhousers, man, goofing around, always messing around in the pool. But no, nothing until I went to Legion.
Nice.
Right,
So
and
your
when did
brothers
you
can say they lit the fire for you?
Yeah, they did, and it's funny because I really wanted to wrestle in high school, but my mom didn't want to sign the permission slip. So I think it's a curse and a blessing because maybe like I wasn't ready for that, and especially maybe I wouldn't have liked it because of the way I was as a child.
Yeah. Now, when did you join Legion?
See, it was probably 2021. A little before COVID, maybe like 2020.
2020? Okay.
Yeah, 2020 pre-COVID.
Yeah, before like it closed on all the gyms.
Now. Yeah, it's definitely a timeline.
So you've done a lot in a very, very, very short amount of time.
Yeah, that's why it feels like that. I'm like, it's 5 years, man. 5 years.
So, going back to that statement you were talking about where, obviously you go back and watch your fights and break yourself down. So that is one thing that, it comes any athlete, any sport, that second nature. And, that's crazy that you're saying, like I could still see myself thinking stuff through, but think 3 years from now how dangerous you're going to be when it's just you're reacting, you're doing what you want, you're implementing your will without that thought process. I mean, it gives me chills just thinking about the progression and how fast it's already gone for you.
Mufasa, yeah, that's crazy. I'm excited, man. It's crazy because when I first started, I'll be like looking in the mirror and I'm like, man, you got it, man, you got it, any bitch up. And now it's just like crazy. It's like, man, you're about to. Like, you're about to.
It's like you want hands? Let's go.
No, it's crazy how fast you've gone. And I mean, when you got into it, did you already? I know it's hard to ask that, but I know you got into it. You're thinking already. You've committed. But were you already headed towards, I want to be UFC, I want to be Bellator? And did you have like a game plan? Did you know you wanted to go pro so quickly?
Yeah, I mean, Daniel, my head coach and ex-Bellator fighter, he really like set the foundation. Like he said, go pro as soon as possible, start getting paid for it. He's been through it. He's been fighting in Arizona forever. But I didn't think that it would happen that quick. I just wanted the next one. I knew the goal I had to get to turn pro. So that's what I did. I just kept trying to throw everything in my face and get this part up to this part so we can start getting paid. That was the biggest goal.
Yeah. Yeah, and so when you went into pro, like, what was your entire mindset in that process of that goal, and then you want to get to that avenue to start getting paid, and then also kind of like your career and skill
Yeah.
development over time?
Like, so going back to the, what did I think of the UFC and stuff? Uh, hey, this is my Nino.
What's
Princess,
up?
man. Who you calling princess? Going back to the UFC and stuff, like, yeah, when I first started, man, I was very like, man, like I said, I can do it, I can do it, I can go to the top. But as seeing it, it's very humbling, and I'm like, okay, like there's levels to this. So there's levels to this, and just go into that. But now since I turned pro, I feel that surge of energy coming back. Like, yeah, we can do this, we can do this, and it's just like it's crazy because feel like we can, like very much so.
Yeah, you got that dominable spirit where it's like nothing can stop
Yeah.
you.
No, and it's always been that way. So I'm not afraid because I've never looked at an opponent or even looked at a promotion and said, nah, like I don't want to fight with them. I'm just ready for whatever's next. Like just throw it and we're going.
Ready to eat. Just ready to eat.
I'm
by
hungry,
all
man.
means.
I did a questionnaire with Roe and them not too long ago, and that was one of them. What separates me from my opponents, man? It's my hunger, man. We're hungry out here, man. Yeah.
You fought 4 times last year, 3 times your first year. I mean, and it's just like the damage you leave in the ring just keeps getting more, just keeps getting more, just keeps getting more. And that's what I like about your fights. Like when that 0-0-0 starts up, the ass whooping starts from the
Yeah.
get. The ass whooping starts from the get go, and it goes until the bell, till they stop that mug. And that's what I enjoy about watching you.
Yeah. And it's just like you said, you kind of started late, like around 2020. You said around 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fact that you started just not even that long ago, and you've already had such skill progression and career progression now also displays just the natural raw talent that you possess, combined with the hard work you put in.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I think it might have been 2019 because I've been doing it for 5 years. My first very amateur bout was April 23rd. Right after I left the Roosevelt, actually, I took a whole year just to train and work on my hip mobility. I had a pretty bad back from working so hard. Just took that whole year to really fix myself.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you this. So going back, who did you watch growing up, doing this that just was like, man, that's somebody I would like to do or be on. Oh, hold on. What up, Casey? I think he's gonna jump in and say hello.
Is that the Cup Man?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just saying
With
hi.
the nice stash? What's up, man?
We're in my lovely studio / bedroom I go to, and the wife's mad at me.
Oh no! I hope you're not in there too much, man. That's the doghouse.
Yeah.
How you doing? How you been? Been good?
Good. Yeah, man. I'm good. I'm good. Excited, man.
I'm gonna go back downstairs in a second. I'm still working. I was just dropping in to say hi. See how you
My
doing?
favorite Cup Man, Casey. What's up?
Have a good one.
You too, my brother.
Nice to see you, Casey. Cut man making a cameo.
There we
He has
go.
a nice mustache, man. I wish if I could grow a mustache, it'd be one of those Chivos.
Yeah, exactly. The legendary mustache got to make its display.
The Three Musketeers.
Exactly.
There's my other brother. Yep.
Yeah,
Hey.
now that is something too at your fights. You got a lot of supporters out there.
Got a lot of family. Yeah. My nana made 8 of them. So
You got
they
8
had a
brothers
bunch of kids, and then they had a bunch of kids.
How many brothers and sisters you got? Uh-oh. Think we might have frozen.
Did she freeze?
We have to wait for her to come back.
We gotta leave it on cliffhanger.
Okay, there
we go.
Back. Okay. Can you hear us? Uh-oh. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
No?
Oh, cool.
Okay.
My bad.
How many brothers and sisters do you got?
I have 2 brothers and 1 little baby sister, but she's like 23 now, man. She's not a baby no more.
I'm actually the youngest of 6, and I'm 26. So my sister, when
Damn.
she when my oldest sister turns 40, I'm gonna get her a walker, and I'm gonna get her a nursing home pamphlet.
That's cool. Yeah, she might stalk you.
As she probably
Yeah.
will.
Man, you better watch your back after that one.
Nah. So yeah, that's what I like about getting to know you guys as fighters, because I relate to you guys so much. Like my family, we're the exact same way, roughhousing like crazy. Me and my brothers, oh my God, every day we're getting into trouble, fighting, doing all kinds of stupid stuff. But it's almost you can't help but love it at the same time.
It's part of the development. It's part of the life journey, man, brother.
Exactly.
It builds character. Builds a little bit of character, you know.
And apparently MMA fighters. So there's been a lot of us rolling around.
No, for real. But who kind of like motivates you to get into this outside of your brothers? Like anybody in MMA that you would kind of say that you were looking at and said, I want to scope my game around, or anybody that you could say that your game kind of resembles?
Oh, I think it froze again.
You'll come back in a second.
Yeah. Here, in this moment, I will take a drink of my F3 energy.
Sorry, man, guys. I think my phone's jacking up a bit. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
no,
Back
you're
to your
fine. No, it's all
question.
good.
Yeah, really, like I remember watching Chuck Liddell a lot. I remember when UFC Contender came out. I remember the dude with the red mohawk who did a bully beatdown. That was like one of my favorite shows.
Oh, Mayhem
Jim
His
Miller?
name was
Mayhem Miller?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jason Mayhem Miller. I love that guy.
That dude was crazy. I loved it. Man, I never wanted the bull. That was a crazy show.
I totally forgot about that show too right now. That was a hell of a fucking show.
Yeah, a lot of the UFC between, I would say, like 2013 to 2016, I was really into. But right before I got there, and then started working, doing thing, and then I was like, man, dude, yeah, let's go. I can't.
Yeah.
Amanda Nunes, though, man, when I seen her, I was like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's a baddie right there.
Yeah,
Amanda,
she really set a precedent for the division too.
Oh, she's inspiring as hell. Like,
yeah.
I
like Rose too.
I don't even want to put my foot in my mouth and say I want to fight her, but man, that'd be crazy.
Hey, that's one of our questions anyway. So
Yeah,
you might as well just get it out
Hell
today
yeah,
right
man,
now.
I'll fight her.
You know,
Dude,
that is if in your prime and in their prime, is that the one?
That's the one, man. That's the one. But I know she's getting a little older now. So I don't know, because I know age is a big factor in this thing. That's why I'm like looking at the time, and I'm 27. So I'm like, man, probably got like six more good years in the sport.
Yeah,
That's a
I mean,
long
hey,
time in
look
this
at
sport.
all these dominant fighters now. It's almost like the early 30 to 35 is like the new 20s now, and we're seeing so many successful fighters that's already late in their 30s and even in their early 40s, like Glover Teixeira.
Yeah, but you're talking about Glover Teixeira. That's like a super Hall of Famer. He's fighting every promotion.
Yeah, and he was like what, 43 when he finally became a champion?
Glover, I think so. Well, UFC champion. I think he was champion before in other promotions, but yeah, UFC. I think. Yeah, Glover's a beast. He definitely is.
Yeah. But I think you hit a good opportunity too for turning pro, especially because it's like what we love about now is like the kind of story that's being created, because now you get to be a part of this massive historical piece in MMA history, which is pretty epic. So how does that make you feel in particular? Oh, we got a little frozen again.
We're gonna wait for it to come back. Yeah, no, and that is definitely one thing. The women's division's been growing so much, and they're taking over. Definitely, we got you. No worries.
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good.
Hey, if you want to know, we used to have the intro curse. So like 3 times in a row when I do these intros, it cut off their mics, so they couldn't hear anything, and we had to go through like 6 minutes of like technical difficulty
Oh,
and redo it again.
He had a
That's
rap
all right,
twice
bro.
on the per opening.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, we persevere, and that just shows how much we love the sport.
Yeah. Yeah, I've gotten around to watch your channel a little bit, and I definitely love the content. The intro is sick. Like, you have Randy Johnson, you have all the legends up there. I love that. I love that shit.
So are you an Arizona sports fan? Is that are you from Arizona?
Yeah, man. Born and raised.
Nice.
Born and raised. Proud as hell, too.
Nice.
Yeah.
We don't hear that too often, but I'm trying to promote that. You know, I say it all the time. I'm Arizona everything. You always
Yeah.
see Arizona stuff on my head and the whole nine.
Man,
And
it's
we got an Arizona superstar right here too.
Yeah, it's the valley, man. It's a lot developed around here. It's crazy that sometimes like people don't drive around like a lot. Like I'll be everywhere, man. Like I go to Tempe, Buckeye, Avondale, Glendale, Peoria, like Phoenix, Central Phoenix, like North Valley where my gym is at. I love Arizona, man.
Yeah, it's a great state. Just hot as hell.
I love that too, man. I got Nepalese in the back growing, like they're chilling.
Yeah, and hey, it builds a different breed too, because it's especially peak summertime. Fighters from out of states, when they step into our heat, they're like, "Holy shit!" And us, we're already used to it. Like we could step into the Sahara Desert. It's like, this is a bit cold out here.
No, people can't hang with the heat. But now,
But
if you're from Arizona, it's a different type of heat we can hang with.
it works both ways though. Like you guys like the cold?
You know, I used to hate the cold with a passion. When I lived in Texas for a while, the humidity, I'd much rather have the cold now. I'd rather freeze.
Nah, man, not me. I can't do it.
Nope.
My age starts showing. The joints start cramping up. I got the claw looking like Jim Carrey.
For real. I'm a hermit when it man, as soon as it dips under 70, it's 69.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't going outside. Everybody else is like, I ain't going outside. It's too hot. Like,
yeah.
shit.
It's finally gonna
See
be
that
in the
wave?
80s this next week.
I know.
Be
Thank
outside
God.
finally.
So
I'm
excited.
hoodied up until like 79.5 degrees.
And then you gotta take the jackets off and you start sweating your ass off.
For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, dude, when I was doing my weight cut last year, it was during the summer months. So I'd be at the gym, I'd have the AC off, shirt, the sauna suit, and it's like easily like 105, and I'm just sweating bullets. I literally had to mop up the whole entire floor because it was a swimming pool. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah, man, dude, it's actually like when I was fighting Lauren, actually I missed weight both my first pro fights. But I rode all the way to weigh-ins, like to Tempe with the sauna suit on, like blasting the AC or not the AC, the heat. That was miserable, man. That was miserable.
Oh, yeah.
Man,
I
you ain't
feel
gonna have
that.
those troubles in summer.
Yeah.
You gonna sweat that off driving.
Mhm.
So what has been the biggest challenge, for you during camps? Has it been mental, just staying focused through camps? Has it been the weight cutting? What has been your biggest challenge throughout your career in camp?
Biggest challenge. The weight cut, obviously these last two ones have been difficult. It might, TMI, but like both times, like, stuff happens. It's just really weird for women. So they both caught me on my cycle. But it was really the before, for both of them, just that being off by a couple days means a lot, like when you're trying to weight cut. So I just felt like I was missing the point each time and not hitting those goals like I usually am able to hit. Everything was just off.
Yeah.
Probably just due to like, just everything, life. Like, it's crazy.
That's definitely an aspect that I never really thought about. Definitely never thought about that portion of it.
Which part? The cycle part?
Yeah.
It's weird, man. Like I don't want to share too much on your channel.
Hey, we're good. It's if we speak it, you can speak freely.
Yeah. We got kids. We're not shy.
But yeah, like it's weird. Like literally the week, you just like you will stop, and then it won't start again up until like you're already hydrating yourself back up the next day. So it'll stop that 5 days before you start weight cutting, and then you're still on it. So those like pounds that you're trying to float overnight, they don't float correctly like they would for a male.
Because you're still retaining, your body's trying to.
Yeah,
Uh,
something weird about it, and but that's the part that really has messed me up both times, and it's irritating because it's like, what the fuck,
Yeah.
it's
really?
definitely an aspect that I never, ever thought about.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
probably never experienced.
You know
I
that
can guarantee you, I've never experienced it.
that explains why all the women fights are always such massive bangers because like
We're
let's
pissed.
go. Let's
We're
go.
fucking
Like
pissed.
this shit has me pissed off. Like it's not going right. I need to get it done.
Yeah.
No, that's definitely something new. I mean, so what would you? I haven't done this one in a while, but since it only feels right, it only sits right. What would you say to the young kid out there, lost, not knowing what they want to do, and just needs a little bit of guidance to refocus? What would you say to them, looking at you right
Man, like I would tell them, like, you have to focus. It's so hard to look in the future. Like I've done that for years, like looking into the future. And when I really started focusing on what I was doing today, like what I was doing right now was on my plate right now, is when I really started getting things done. So, I tell them, man, focus on what you got on your plate. Why are you trying to feed yourself tomorrow when you haven't even eaten today? So, I just push them in the right direction, try and connect with them and understand where they're coming from, because everyone has so many different problems, man. And that's one thing, like I always try and put smiles on people's face, because like I don't want no one to feel pain. It's rough out here, like for everybody. Everybody has different scenarios, so
now?
just
Yeah.
smile.
Yeah, especially when you go through like when you struggle with yourself and you know it's like, okay, this is not the type of life I want to lead, or it's not the type of life I want to set the example for, and you have that hunger to just be a better version and to just lead by example.
Yeah.
And that's just a big reason why I love the sport so much, is because of that passion behind it as well.
I don't even want to watch other people go through that kind of pain, So like that's what really irks me, like running to everywhere, like through the streets and stuff, and you see like all kinds of different shit. It eats me alive, but like who am I to, and that's one thing, like I would never take another man's meal, so like you do you, but I'm trying to steer you into good versus bad, because that at the end of the day there's only good and bad. That's it.
Exactly. It's like
No gray area.
No gray area at all. Yeah, there's good and there's bad.
Exactly. That's why, like, for me, one of my a saying for myself I really carry by myself is that if you feel you have the capacity to do great things in life, then you almost have this innate obligation to do so.
Yeah.
And it's through that obligation that you'll find reverence in the lives that you change, the people that you help, and just the inspiration that you bring to people.
Yeah. It's the obligation part for me. Like it's, I owe it to them. I owe it to everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're definitely doing, something bigger than you, that can't be measured by anybody by touching other people, and you never know what that seed might grow into that you plant. So
I
as
hope
many,
it turns into money trees.
that's what we
There we
hoping
go.
for. That's what we pushing towards for sure. But it takes people like yourself, and to be able to take the time and gain that trust, because you know how it is, man.
Mhm.
It's 15, 14, 16. It's trusting somebody else that you don't know or whatever coming to speak with you. Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually,
So,
yeah, it's hard, especially like if these kids don't, they can't even trust their parents or like their family,
right,
and it's like, why? Look, are they gonna trust you?
right,
Mhm.
right. And being able to have that's a skill in
Mhm.
itself. It's a skill in itself to be able to say the right things and know when not to say something, or how to
Yeah.
say it a different way for certain kids than other ones. And so I definitely tip my hat off to you for that. And so
It's
May
fun, man.
13th, huh?
It's enjoyable to me. Like I love it so much, and working away from the schools for that year just threw off my mentality, man. Like I had to get back into schools. I had to get back to like the kids. Like it made it worth it. Like it made it so
Mhm.
much more worth it. Like to walk into that UFL ring knowing that I was like, man, I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna dab it up. I'm gonna tell them like, let's like, I did great, and it's gonna show them that it's gonna give them hope.
Yeah.
Something more out there for him.
Yeah, set the standards.
Yep, exactly. That's why I thought it was pretty ironic that you want to be a teacher, because I've always had the idea too, being a teacher, just because I didn't feel like my education was all that great, and it also wasn't like the kids didn't have people there to actually believe in them and really encourage, just to
Yeah.
pass the test.
Yeah.
And that's a bar that I want to fix. Like, set the standard. Like, we care about these kids, their development. This is our next generation. Every
Yeah.
generation before that, we're supposed to be the next ones to break a cycle, to be the better version, and to set the example. And like, for me, that's why I try to carry myself in such a way. That's why I admire you guys as fighters, and why I admire the sport so much, because that sport requires so much respect, so much discipline, and trust between each other. And it's the sense of camaraderie and the brotherhood that forms. It's just magical.
That is crazy. Like the Warrior, like me and Veronica chatted up quite a bit, man. Like she's definitely an amazing person. Like and all the fighters, like really, I try and bring them over to the gym so we can train together, but dude, though, you're just a dead on spot like that. Like I never thought I'd be friends with my opponents. Like ever did I think that? And they're fucking cool as shit.
We see so much of that. It's crazy. Like we'll see, and the crazier part is that people don't understand that the entertainment factor in this too. You guys are living a double-edged sword world. You're going in to be a warrior to whoop somebody's ass, but you're also selling the fight and being entertaining at the same time. So yeah, there might be some shit talking. You're pissed the fuck off. You've been in the gym, you know what I mean, working. So all that shit, just all that pent up. And then you get into the ring, the octagon, you whoop each other's ass for 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes sometimes, and get out and you're like, hey, let's go have a beer. You're cool as shit, or you know what I mean? That part is like one of the dopest parts about the whole thing, they're warriors. But at the end of the day, that human side comes out and that respect comes out, and you walk away like Zurina says, a lot of times as friends.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like with Patrick and Matt, they took shots afterwards. And that's the cool thing too, is just to see you guys, like, you could step in the cage, but once you're out of there, the respect you guys have for one another once you step out of it is just phenomenal.
Yeah. Requires a lot of sportsmanship too. Like you were saying, brother, like yeah, like that's your entertainers, but like also I feel like that's why I show so much sportsmanship. Just to show and make sure that they know that I respect them, because it's fucking we're fighting for the same thing.
Right.
Exactly. Got to set the example.
So before we head out of here, so it's a little different tonight. We've kind of asked the questions as we were going along because you kind of led right into them. So before we do get out of here, there is one question that Josh usually asks that we didn't get to ask. So I will let him ask that.
Okay. Yeah. So for one single fight, if you could pick anybody to coach you just for one single fight, it could be like Habib, we've heard, anybody throughout MMA history, even a boxer, even. Who would you pick?
I don't know, man. Honestly, if I had to pick one person, it'd probably still be my coaches. Is that a bad answer?
No, that's a great answer.
That's a great
actually.
answer, yeah.
So we had never had that answer until the last episode, and Amun, who actually fought on UFL as well, actually said the same thing. He said, I would keep my. I think Devin actually said that too.
Was it Devin?
I think Devin and them said that they would keep, because I think it's Christian. But yeah, we've had that answer before, and it's actually a really good answer. It makes a lot of sense. You're comfortable with that person, and we talked about being comfortable and that mental aspect of fighting.
Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
No worries.
You're good. Yeah, no, he was just saying that's honestly an answer we love because like last week we had Moon Cosme on, and that was his same exact answer.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
like
Gotta grow with your people. Like I'm loyal. Hell, it's no disrespect to anybody in history. You know, it's no hard feelings. It's just nah, man. I'd rather have them guys in my corner.
Yeah,
Like you said, you gotta be comfortable. Gotta be able to zen.
Exactly.
I can hear them in the cage, man. Everything's working. Like my last fight, I was actually probably listening the most. So
yeah,
it was like I could hear everybody. I'm like, okay, we're getting somewhere.
yeah, and it's that trust and that relationship that you build with your team. Because like with Amun's answer, it was for that exact reason. Like if you throw just somebody random in, it's not going to have that same relationship that you have with your coach and your cornerman. So like you guys know your cues, you know the hints, the subtle details of what to do, where to do it, how to execute it, on what level, at what stage, and what round. And it's that relationship that creates that success.
And they know how you feel too. Like they know when you're tired. You know, they know when you're not feeling it. Tell you when to switch.
Exactly.
Literally throwing combos at you, and you're just like looking at your opponent, like, "Hey, are you hearing this? Or it's gonna come, right?"
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that one a lot. Like I said, I mean, the whole mental aspect of fighting. You know, you can get everything switched up and changed around if you switch your coach. And then that other thing, you may not even hear the dude's voice in the ring if you don't recognize it like that.
Or if it's Khabib, man, like if this, you know, like Pakistani, is that correct?
Oh yeah.
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 I'll be like, man, what? I could probably hear it in his soul, but I'm like, man.
Siri,
Wrestle,
translate
wrestle.
what you just said.
You just have a live translator just screaming at the same time.
Hey, when Khabib tells you to go, man, it's time to go.
That's how you go in.
I don't care what language it is. I'll probably understand it quite clear.
Exactly.
Get that ass.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Poop.
Well, look, Zurina, I really appreciate you coming on. You said May 13th, right?
Yeah, May 13th, Memphis, Tennessee. They're gonna have like lots of stuff coming out, so I know they're getting it all together.
Hell yeah, we're excited for it. If we could make it happen, we would honestly be there in a heartbeat. I'm hoping we can make it to the Salt Lake one as well because I'm excited.
Yeah, no, Memphis, y'all better get ready.
Yeah,
she coming down there to whoop some ass.
Hey man,
Pack the arena out, and you know what I'm saying. Don't miss this one.
Exactly. She's crisp with her shot. She'll crack you, make you snap, crackle, pop.
Yep. And I'm still developing, man. You know, I haven't even developed fully. So, like I said, we're getting to the drilling boards, and I'm realigning my focus, man. It's gonna be intense. So I'm excited.
Exactly. You got a huge future ahead of you.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming on.
I'm glad that we were able to experience a lot of the beginning of it and just to experience your growth and see it firsthand, man. So
man, this has been crazy. The podcast tripped me out. You know, I never know how it's gonna be, but man, you guys got it going on right now. It's been very nice talking to y'all. Yep.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, we love having you guys on.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we'll talk again. I mean, you're gonna be a champion one day, so we're gonna have plenty of time.
I'll be around.
Oh yeah, yes sir. And hey, do you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Yeah, man. Shout out to my beautiful wife, my friends, my family, my gym members, all of the sponsors. I mean, because you guys know, without them, like, we'd be broke.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shout out to you guys, and shout out to Ro. Especially hearing her talk, like CJ talk about how they help them, you know, develop and stuff. That's the stuff I love seeing. Like I love seeing that stuff. It's great.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you know, don't forget. Say it again.
Shout out to you guys too, man.
Hey, much love.
I wouldn't be here without y'all.
Hey, no, we wouldn't be here without you guys either.
Come on back down to Rough. We gotta when you get done over there.
Yeah,
come back over there.
And man, I told CJ, I wouldn't mind stepping back in that cage.
Well, yeah, hey, stop by just to watch. We'll do a little interview with you too.
Yeah, are they? Is there? There's no females on this upcoming card, is there?
This is a Muay Thai card, and I'm not
Oh,
sure if this particular one, Rough 53 has any females, but
yeah,
I think Rough 50 or I say 53. Oh my goodness.
56,
54.
Um,
right?
yeah, it is 50. It is
Or no,
54.
it'd be 54. Yeah, 54
Yeah.
would be MMA. Yeah, I'm hoping that they could get at least like what, like hopefully 2 female fighters on there or
Mm,
fights on there.
I think they're trying to for 54.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely keep you posted.
Heck yeah, man. All right, y'all.
Definitely, man. We
Mm.
appreciate you.
No problem, man. See you.
Yeah.
See you
Peace.
later.
You have a good one.
You too, brothers.
Man, that was fun, man. That was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this I definitely enjoyed. It was a whole new setup. We had a little cameo pop in, and that was a blast. That's why I love these fighters so much. Is just getting to talk to them and get to know them. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, she became one of my favorites, and it's not like she wasn't already, man. She be putting dents in people's faces, but she became one of my favorite fighters again. I just love the kids, man. That interaction with the kids is something that you know needs to happen a lot more with people that have the position of being a role model. Because
Mm-hmm.
not everybody, as much as you want to be, not everybody is. And it's not even that you aren't a role model necessarily, but just that aspect of being able to get through the kids and make them trust
Mm-hmm.
you and make them listen with open ears and try to enact the things that you're trying to teach them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. You want to be able to set the example, and that's why, like, dude, I am such a hardcore perfectionist because of how like when you feel like you have that capacity to do something bigger than yourself, you have that obligation. It's almost like you have a calling for it. How I've said repeatedly, achievement motivation. There's certain people in this world that just has that fire and they can't escape it. They can't work that 9 to 5. They have to do something bigger and greater than themselves. And it's those
Hmm.
type of people like Zurina, like Amun, and like all the other fighters that we've had that are so dedicated and that are so damn determined to set the example for these kids that
It's
it's like
crazy.
they're superheroes. They're
Mhm.
real life superheroes in that sense.
Yeah. No, it's definitely something that it's hard to measure. Can't really measure it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get the opportunity to meet people that are, putting in that work, um, and you see the different layers of what it takes, okay, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they were in camp for 6 weeks, but how did that camp go? Well,
Mm-hmm.
they were working. They got 3 kids. They got this. They got that. They got this. And then ultimately, at the end of the day, 3 months later, they're whooping somebody's ass in an octagon.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really dope to be able to break those layers down and really see when they say, "Oh my goodness, he climbed that mountain to get to the top." No, no, no. How fucking high was that mountain? Anybody
Mm-hmm.
can climb a damn mountain, but how high was that mountain? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
what did the rocks look like on the way up? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like,
How steep was it? How dangerous was it? What type of work did you have to put in just to get to that level?
right, right, right. There's more to it, and it's really you could take that same comparison to these kids out here that are in the inner city that don't have kind of like what we've talked about many times and don't have maybe a father figure, a mother,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, the household's not proper, whatever it is, but they got mountains too, man, and
Yep.
that they're climbing and trying to make it to, whatever their goals are. It may not be fighting, it may be being a doctor, lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, but
Or
they got
just
a
to
mountain of their own.
exactly. Just to break free from a bad situation or just from the type of environment that you're trapped in. And that's why, like, this is a message that I'm going to directly just send out to people as well. Like, this is why I tell everyone read to your heart's content because how far it will take you in life is tremendous. Viktor
Mhm.
Frankl was a Jewish psychologist who lost his entire family during World War II and the Holocaust. What he noticed, though, was that the people that suffered through it, some that were saints turned to just cruel, wicked people, but there were others that never changed, and they were still just great, outstanding, pure people. And that is a life lesson that it doesn't matter your environment. If you're determined to become better and to break free of it, that is your choice. Your environment and the bad things that happens in your life, it will only affect you if you allow it to. And you will conquer it when you finally make that decision that you're better than it.
Right. Well, before we get out of here, anything that you want to say?
Definitely stay tuned, because next week we got Marcus Maniac McGhee. He's gonna hop on to talk about his fight, so you guys definitely stay tuned for that one.
That's gonna be another good one, man. That bunch of ninjas. We didn't had a bunch of ninjas lately, man. We got another one because Marcus is a true ninja in the octagon, man. Another guy that's really headed for greatness, a future champion. And then the 21st, the following week, we have Jose Aquino, which is a good friend of mine. Went to high school with him, and he's making his Muay Thai debut at Rough 53. So
Nice.
that will be a wonderful show as well, man. And I'm excited for both.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. You guys, we got this whole month packed, because I be on the 28th as well. We got Enrique Barcinas. Like, we've been especially excited to bring him on.
Look out for Louis Albashar in April. We got a nice lineup building up, man. Nice lineup building up. And if you haven't yet, go download ASAP Network on Google Play, on Amazon, on Roku. And again, I will keep you updated for the Apple launch and all the smart TVs and all that good stuff as well. You know, man. But yeah, another good show in the books.
Yeah, no matter what, we always find a way to step it up.
Man, it's the interviewees. They make it easy for us.
Exactly. That's why I love this sport. These fighters, Zurina, Moon, Andre Ponce, Devin, Brandon. I love all these guys.
Mike Kennedy. We got to get Alex Alex on here.
Yeah, Alex Martinez.
Yeah,
Alex
Martinez.
That's why I respect these guys so much too, because they understand that it doesn't matter what side of the fence you guys are on. We're here simply because we love this sport, we love you guys, and we want to give you opportunities and help you in any way we can.
And with that being said, until next week, y'all.
Shanig, man. Fuck with ASAP Sports Network, man. Tune in, stay logged in, stay mouthed in. You dig? Yuck mouth. Yada da. Boy!
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get checked up, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, no we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride, you do better keeping it quiet, my pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened, I like who I am.